Y'all, let's watch the trailer on P-Valley episode 7, season 2. I already watched it, but we gonna watch it again, y'all. It about to get dirty in P-Valley down in the desert where the girls get naked. This is Raising That Junior Man. Let's get into that intro. Let's get it. Let's go. Alright, y'all, welcome back. This your boy AJ. This is Raising That and Junior Mix, where we do commentary on your movies, sitcoms, Netflix, trailers. We talk about everything over here that has anything to do with any type of film. Today we're gonna talk about season 7 on episode 2 of P-Valley. We gonna watch that trailer and then we're gonna jump right into talking about the actual episode, cause we got a lot going on. But let's jump into the trailer so we can recap.
I can build me another shake joint, but I can't build me no another paint.
I'm gonna get what you deserve.
This ain't about me, child. This about you.
You running out of time.
Time for what?
Crazy life and death for us. What you finna do?
I don't mean no offense, but what are you?
I'm Uncle Cliff. What are you?
What the world won't let me be.
Ooh. This last episode, y'all, it was a lot to take in, but a lot of people, they miss everything. We ain't gonna go on the rant, but I'm gonna go on the rant at the end of this discussion, okay? We gonna go on the rant after the end of this discussion, cause people be missing all the gems. My bad, y'all, my camera went out. People be missing all the gems in this series. So let's jump right on into it. We're gonna jump right into it. We're going straight to the meat and potatoes, the mother and daughter combo, Terica and Mercedes. Now, what people to realize is that Terica has finally, not finally, but we going through her having gotten pregnant at the same age that her mom has gotten pregnant. So it's kind of opening the old wound for her mom, but at the same time, it's like a cycle, a repetitive cycle that in the black community we just don't break. We just keep it going. You know what I'm saying? So she stayed at Mercedes' house, and Mercedes keep on making up this lie about why she's over there to her other mom, because she is trying to get her to make a decision on her own of what she's going to do with this child. She's not ready to be a parent. And as we see in this episode, hey, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Time is ticking, baby. You can't wait until the damn baby is born to decide that you don't want the baby. So she give her, she's trying to guide her in the way of saying, hey, you have a choice. I want you to live. I want you to travel. I want you to see the world. Having a baby should not be the first thing that should be on your agenda to do at your age. So she telling her, hey, we're going to Jackson, Mississippi, and we're going to do this consultation on you having an abortion. Now, the reason I think this episode is very important for us to watch is because we just had the Roe overturned, where a woman cannot make the decision on having an abortion if they want an abortion. So this episode it should have dropped last week, but I understand that they was in a mid-season break, but I feel like they should have dropped this episode because it is important in the time that we are in right now for people to understand the magnitude of what had occurred with this Supreme Court justice overturning that right for women to not be able to make the decision on what happens with their body when it comes concerning having a baby. Because first thing Terica said, I was told that if I have an abortion, I'm gonna get cancer. So she's not educated on the magnitude of what abortion, what the side effects and what can occur in abortions, what a Planned Parenthood benefits are for women as far as a reproduction system goes, and I'm glad that Terica has Mercedes there, because she went through the same thing. She, you see the scene where she has this flashback of her being in the car and letting Terica go out to the restroom, and she has a flashback of herself as a kid, and her mom is asking her. They at the diner. Her mom is asking her to do a favor, a sexual favor for a man at the counter to pay for their meal. But what really baffled me was that the mother, when she see that Mercedes had money from the guy she was dealing with, she didn't get mad about the money. She got mad about the condom. So it's like, you having sex, but you wanted your daughter to have sex with a grown man for money to pay for y'all food. It was all over the place for me. I mean, I have seen it happen plenty of times as a kid, where parents have used their kids for I won't say call it sex trafficking because they keep their kids, but to perform sexual acts with adults, men, to get money from the men to fulfill whatever they need. I could see why Mercedes was very passionate about her daughter having a abortion, because she was never given it right. Her mom forced her to keep Terica. You know, her mama forced her. Her mama didn't believe in abortion, so she was never given an opportunity to decide what her fate would be when it came to having a child. But at the end, we see that she gave Terica the option, and Terica chose what she wanted to do, which was go on to Jackson, Mississippi and have that abortion. Okay. Now, Uncle Clifford, he is in his life, he's in that time of night that he's like, you know, my family is all I got. This is all I got. I have to fight for what I got. But how do I fight for what I have when I got this going on in my house, and I got this that I thought was a friend that came behind me and took all that I had, which is what my generation behind me built for me to have, which is being a boss, being a generation wealth, being a legacy, you know. And he's trying to explain that to I don't even know what to call the girl. She got about 5 names. Haley. I mean, she got about 5 names. So he trying to explain it to her like, yo, I don't care what they offer you. 3 million, 10 million, 20 million. This has history in it. You know what I'm saying? It opens up with his grandmama at stage, and she's singing, and she's going through decade after decade after decade, and you know what I'm saying, you see how the club has evolved overall, and how Uncle Clifford, because that's his real name, is Uncle Clifford, how Uncle Clifford mom used to bring him to the club to see grandma perform on stage, and how he can remember his uncles and his granddaddies, and how you know somebody getting killed in the club for doing something, and you know somebody drinking a pint of liquor, getting drunk in the club. Those are memories that money cannot buy. And old girls like, you know, I'm trying to give your family what is owed to them. You can't give somebody something that's owed to them when it's priceless. And that's what she's not understanding, because she never had that type of love, you know, that, you know, later on in the episode, Uncle Clifford explained to LaMurda, hey, you know, this is my first purse. When I was a kid, I was 3. My mom used to protect me. My mom would beat you over your head if you ever talked about me as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So he grew up with love, knowing that he would always be loved by his family, regardless of what he did with his life. He had a strong family bond, and that's what Haley nor LaMurda have never had that. So as you can tell, you know what I'm saying, Ernestine, she's getting sick, she's getting down. LaMurda is there to care for her, and she is starting to see her daughter. She's starting to see her daughter, who's asking her to come on home. You know what I'm saying? Come on home, basically to come on to transition over and be, you know, just just go ahead and pass on. Like, your job is done. But she's like, Ernestine's like, I ain't ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot to do over here. I might can't see, but I can still smell. I can still taste. So I ain't trying to go nowhere. But you know what I'm saying? She and I might get a lot of rap for this, but she is a kind of cripple for Uncle Cliff, because she was his safety net. He would never fly on his own with his grandma around, because he always got to care for his grandmama. He always got to do this, got to do it. Everybody had that same that safety net. And that's what she is for him. You know what I'm saying? So we never got that backstory on how Uncle Cliff's mom passed, but I got a feeling that she passed in the river. I got a feeling she drowned herself in the Mississippi River, because if you know what I'm saying, this episode, you saw that Ernestine, she went on over to the Mississippi River because she wanted to die. You know what I'm saying? She was called to the Mississippi River to go ahead and just transition over to, to the other side of the mountains. You feel what I'm saying? And it's gonna take a toll on Uncle Cliff, and him and your boy LaMurda, they both gonna have something major happen. LaMurda already had his major situation happen with him, and T committed suicide in the last episode, and now, you know what I'm saying, like LaMurda, he told LaMurda, hey, I don't want to talk about it until you're ready to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I respect Uncle Cliff for giving him that time to grieve over what occurred in that car that night. But when LaMurda went and took Grandma that plate, and she said, I smell death all over you, man, that shook him to the core, because he didn't know how to react to it, because, like, how did you sense that? You know what I'm saying? She said she smelled it. She said, I smelled all that blood on you. I just smelled our death all over your body. It just shook him, y'all. He didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So with that situation, of course, y'all see Ernestine is getting worse by the day. She don't want to go to the hospital because they're in the middle of the pandemic, and people with diabetes don't make it back out of the hospital. You know what I'm saying? But eventually they had to send her on because her breathing was going, her oxygen level just dropping, and it wasn't getting no better. And people want to know, they really think that Uncle Clifford and LaMurda also been exposed. Of course, they was exposed when they went down to the river, but I think if anything happened to Ernestine, Uncle Cliff is gonna take it the hardest, because if you remember in episode 5, he took her to the strip club, and the girl that had it was at the strip club with Ernestine was in there. And that's how I think it's gonna hit him hard, because he gonna feel like if he would never took his grandma to the strip club, she would never contracted it. The relationship between Uncle Clifford and his grandmother is a bond that a lot of people don't understand. We have had it. I know several people have had it, that grandmama loved them unconditionally, regardless of whatever they did, however they lived their life, she was there. You know what I'm saying? So the paint gonna take a major blow next episode if she passed, because we don't know. They just took her to the hospital. We don't know her status. We don't know if she's gonna make it out of the life. You know what I'm saying? He's dealing with the past, the present, and how they all work together. LaMurda's dealing with his desire to be with Uncle Clifford, but he can't be with Uncle Clifford outside the house. You know what I'm saying? So let's get on to this moment right here. Haley is called Mississippi in the story. You know what I'm saying? She really, people don't know who Haley is. They just know what she told them. So Haley see herself in Mississippi. She see herself as that young girl that was in love with this man who used to get beat on, and she learned how to swim. She learned how to get herself out of the situation. Cause that we discover in this episode, her gun is the gun that Mississippi had, and she said, "I see you didn't use it." She ain't ready. So what do Haley do? She go over to the house and give her a cell phone and tell her, "Hey, when you ready, to swim, give me a call. People don't realize that Haley is trying to fix something that she cannot fix. The money that she want them to purchase the paint with is the money, of course, she got from stealing from her ex-lover, the man that beat on her. She feel like if she get that money back, it will solidify the loss of her child, because she feel like she could have got out sooner. If she would have got out sooner, her child would be alive. And that is the message she's trying to give to Mississippi. Like, yo, you don't want to stay around too long or your child gonna end up dead like mine. But she throwing it at her in a way that Mississippi ain't gonna get it. She got to give it to her straight with no chaser. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this episode 7 of PValley. Can't wait till the next episode come on, because they left a lot unturned, unanswered questions. But you know, that's what keep you tuned in. Everybody talking. Now let's talk about this sex scene, because everybody in their feelings, bruh. Like, come on, it's a sex scene. They ain't doing nothing you probably ain't heard about, bruh. It's a sex scene, bruh. It's sexy. People talking about, I done read that people talking about Lil Murder probably gay, Uncle Clifford HIV. They can't watch it no more because look, the writing is impeccable. Y'all cannot take that from this series. This series need to be watched by every writer out there that's writing series and write. Go do some research. Cause y'all can't say they ain't hitting no major points in none of the episodes. Every episode have been hitting everything from suicide to abortion to family trauma to generation wealth on it's hitting it, man. It's hitting it. And I appreciate them for doing that. So if you like what you see, make sure you leave a message in the box below for PValley. Check out on Stars every Sunday. But if you like me, you get in that line on Saturday at 11:59 to get your weed wings and your drink and be ready for the Mercedes experience. I'm your Raising that Junior Mix. We got this thing. Peace.